100.5, The Peak.
Oh, it's lunchtime. I'm so happy. Hello and welcome to 100.5 The Peak. My name is James Sutton, and we've been talking about it all day today. Tegan and Sara, thank you so much for dropping by.
Thanks for having us.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for making us come here.
We forced you. It was going to be a horrible, horrible thing if we'd stopped playing Soil.
Oh, God.
You did not come.
The Peak, the only radio station that plays all of Tegan and Sara.
Well, your last Con album, I'm not going to lie, is a really good CD. I mean, beginning and end, that's something to be proud of. I'm sorry, I can't see Sara very well, so I'm going to stand up.
I feel a little annoyed. My mom will be really upset if you don't play the entirety of our new record.
Well, I haven't heard the whole thing yet. I heard some of it streaming, and then I was like, oh, I gotta wait for the entire album.
Yeah, that's probably it.
It's weird sitting in my office listening to the whole thing. Tegan and Sara have a new album coming out. You have a new disc. It's called Sainthood.
Yep.
We've been playing the new song called Hell.
True.
I noticed some sort of religious theme going on here. Are you guys gone off the deep end? Are you?
It's really interesting because someone pointed out the other day that hell doesn't even, like, no one even corresponds hell with religion anymore, and I was like, really? But I guess we're old school. We learned about religion at 5, and it's been an arrested development since then. I still remember hell very clearly being told. Yeah, that was where we were going to go. But anyway.
How was it described
already at
to
5,
you?
that's how badass we were.
That's scary.
The record, it's not really... Sainthood, we're sort of using it as more of a romantic term for kind of being perfect or being very devoted to being, good or being lovable or, whatever. So it's not really a religious... We're not really a religious band, per se. Not a lot of church going, but that doesn't mean we're against it. If you want to make this a religious record, go for it. Don't care.
Perfect, but it's not the intention of making it.
It isn't. And Hell, the first single, it's when I moved into, I have moved since, but when I moved into my new apartment in Gastown, the Sun had released this big giant story about sanitary workers wanting police escort to clean up the alleys of Gastown, and they'd released an aerial photo of this 4-block area of Gastown, and they said Vancouver's 4 blocks of hell, and I was like, this is my new home. It's my first apartment. And
groceries around here.
Yeah, I was like, I finally own something in hell. So anyway, I wrote a song about the neighborhood. I'm pretty big, I'm kind of obsessed with Gastown and the issues there, and also how wonderful the community is there as well too. So anyway,
it is a weird place lately with its with all this super high-end towers being built.
Yeah,
and like Abbott Street right there. It's kind of a
there's a lot going on down there. I mean, I know people from Vancouver who have lived there their whole lives, but that grew up in North or West Van and have never even been to Gastown, and I definitely encourage people to take a visit. There's a lot of really interesting things happening there, and anyway, so Sara and I intend on doing some advocating for that neighborhood and for some of the stuff that's happening there. But the first single is also about me and my unrequited love relationships. I just use the neighborhood as a metaphor. Drug addiction, love addiction, same diff.
Still hell? Still going on?
Still hell? No. I conquered. I win.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything's fine now. I'm totally happy.
All right. Your sisters, your twin sisters, most people know that by now. Growing up and still to this day, do you have sibling rivalries? Do you fight over who's playing or who's singing during songs? Do you steal each other's clothes? Is it a...
We do not steal each other's clothes. We have got our own closets now to hang clothes in, and we're happy with our own purchases. We don't really have sibling rivalry, and we've always been independent songwriters, and, this is our 10th/11th year officially in a band, professionally, and I think that we managed to get along and navigate the, there's sometimes tense, whatever. They're not fighting.
Sorry, you're choosing your words
fighting.
really well.
I know. I don't
just
want to
lay it out there. Just lay it out there.
I mean, there's certainly friction occasionally, but I think creatively we both have the same goal in mind.
If anything, we argue over who's not playing enough songs. I'm like, you know what? This set is really Tegan heavy right now. Why don't you carry your weight, Sara?
Or we fight for each other's music. Like there'll be, for example, on this record, Hell, another song called Don't Rush, and a song called The Cure were songs that Tegan didn't really want to be considered for the album when we were looking through the demos and trying to figure out what was going to work best. So I really went to bat for those songs. So sometimes we actually, if there is fighting or friction, it's generally in support of the band, and essentially we're both working towards the same goal, which we both want the project to be successful.
Rich.
So, rich and ponies.
Sorry, I thought you meant diamonds.
And be rich. Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay, money!
We get 15%.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
No problem. At this point, you probably are earning a little more than 15%.
You'd be amazed.
The peak.
You'd be amazed. We do everything here for free, actually.
Yeah.
That's so funny. We volunteer too.
Yeah, we're all volunteer musicians.
Yeah, we get voluntold to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. Yay. You have a new book as well. You got a new CD coming out, and that's not enough work. You're super lazy, so you're like, oh, let's write 3 books.
3 books, yeah.
Why did you write 3 books instead of 1, or any books at all?
You know, I came up with the idea like a year and a half ago. We were sort of wrapping up touring, and we were trying to think of something. The label had sort of proposed the idea of doing this live DVD, and I thought it seemed like a lot of money for one night of playing, and you know, with YouTube and Flickr and all that, I think the fans want to be in control of that, really, that element. So I was trying to think of ways to sort of sum up and come up with some specialty item, like to give to our fans, like kind of like a personalized item from Tegan and Sara. And the girl that I was dating was works in that industry, books and magazines and that sort of thing. And she's like, you should do a book or a magazine, like a subscription thing. And I'm like, too much work. What's something we can do that's easier? So I called Sarah and I said, what if we put together photos and essays and that sort of thing, and put out like some sort of like book or some sort of like token, like, you know, like when you go see Madonna and you get the live book with all the half naked photos of her, and you're like, I love this. That's what we wanted.
I have that sex book still.
Yeah, we kind of were like, let's do a Tegan and Sara sex book, but instead of sex, it'll be about touring and I don't know, something not about sex. And so Sarah was like, I don't want anything to do with this.
We never discussed sex.
I'll sign off on it, but I don't want to have to work. And then fast forward till now, and it's been like a year and a half and like 85 people, and it's been a lot of work, and it was harder than making all of our records combined. But it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous, giant, like 3-book like box set about touring, and it's got all sorts of and this writing session we did, and then it's got all sorts of collaborations and contributions from people like in our organization, bands we've toured with, like, you know, Dallas from City and Colour and Alexis on Fire wrote a piece for one of the books, and Chris Walla from Death Cab wrote a piece, and our friends in Ann Horse and Northern State, like all these different people we've toured with all collaborated on pieces and contributed to the book. So it's definitely for like, basically like the peak would love it. Like diehard Tegan and Sara fans will get it. Casual listeners of Tegan and Sara might just want to pick up Sainthood, the record, and then save the books for like when you're drunk and you're at someone's house and you see it on their shelf and you're like, I have to go to the bathroom, and then you sneak it into the bathroom and you're like, this isn't a sex book at all. It's just pictures of Tegan and Sara with guitars, fully dressed, weird. Yeah.
Awesome. No,
that's a pretty good sales pitch.
Totally. I'm sold. I'm going, but I can't even buy it. You can't buy it. It's sold out already.
Well, the deluxe edition.
Oh, okay.
Where Sarah and I, we made ink blots from our blood, with our blood. No, we didn't. It's just with ink. But we made ink blots. You know the Rorschach,
like the butterfly pictures.
Yeah. I was like, some days I can say it, and some days my mind blocks.
Rorschach. Isn't that it?
Yeah, Rorschach.
Yeah.
Teamwork. We made special edition, like handmade, one of a kind Rorschach ink blots for this like deluxe edition. Those sold out, but the books are still available. There's like not that many left, but they're still up online. You can order them right now, and then when those are sold out, we'll probably make another run and sell them at shows. So when we play in Vancouver in January, you'll be able to get them there.
Oh, that's a great segue. You are like a genius.
Thank you.
We wanted to announce a second show. You guys are coming for one show January 5th. We've already talked about that one, right? 6th. Yep. Now you're coming January 5th as well. You're staying for you're an overnighter.
I know.
You're having a slumber party.
I'm going to sleep in a hotel, maybe.
It's a pajama jam.
Yeah.
So you're going to be here January 5th as well, playing the Orpheum.
Yeah.
I have a pair of tickets. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to that, but we'll wait.
Can I have the tickets? Can I see the show?
Can you go?
Can I be on the list?
Are you busy?
Can I go backstage and see the band?
Okay, I'll see if I can get you in. I'll ask some people.
That's
try.
Great.
I'm going to play some Tegan and Sara songs now. We'll come back. I have a few more questions. Halloween's coming up. I want to know a couple other things.
Okay.
Do you have a song you guys want to hear of yours or of somebody else's?
Oh my goodness,
I know,
that's
this
too
is
much pressure.
high pressure.
Okay,
I'm going to pick this one because we were talking about it earlier, and we're done. Here we go. It's Tegan and Sara, Soil on 100.5 at Peak.